have a question for you. When was the last time you bought some new underwear? In case you're wondering where that question is coming from, you need to watch last week's episode as we continue with where we left off last week. Welcome to the Clean Money Podcast. So last week we began a conversation about the trap of debt, and we went on to explain what that is all about. But today we want to take it a notch higher and talk about coming out of it. How do you begin to come out of it? My guest is here in our studio with us, Roy Okonji, Debt Management Coach. Good to have you.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana. Last week you left me in stitches, and I want us to backtrack and begin from there.
Yes.
Because today we talk about how to get out of this trap of debt.
Yes. So how do we get out of the trap of debt? Perhaps you have located yourself. I like saying you locate yourself on the map of debt.
Yes.
So you have now located yourself.
Yes.
Now, I came up with something, what I would call the formula that guides how I guide people in debt management. The principal formula. I call it the ADSA, four-stage approach. The ADSA. Right? The first A is acceptance. It is only logical that you cannot treat a problem whose existence you still deny. So we have to accept that I am in trouble, that I may not have related well with money in the past, that I have a hand in the mess that I face today, that I'm responsible for what has befallen me, that no one else is to blame for where I am. Even if you borrowed and gave the money to someone and they refused to pay you, perhaps you didn't do due diligence when you are borrowing for them. You need to get to a point and remove things you can blame and come back to yourself. Take responsibility. Accept that I have gotten myself here and something needs to be done. You also need to accept that it's a process. It's not going to be a one-off thing. You can't do it overnight. You didn't get trapped overnight. It was a journey of getting trapped. So it's going to be a journey of getting out of the trap of debt. You need to accept that it is doable. Yes, it is doable. And I like giving hope that it is doable. Those who have listened to my story, I like sharing that story to confirm that it is doable. It is doable.
Even as we talk about acceptance, I'm just thinking, because there's a notion or probably a misconception that it is poor people who are most likely to end up in debt. Is that true or false?
That is very false. As I mentioned, the trap of debt is no respecter of the position you hold. Right? So it's a misconception that debt is something for the poor. Because everyone is borrowing. And the trap can hit anyone. Right? So once you accept that it is doable, that gives you the determination. Because the conversation starts in the mind. Acceptance is a mental stage. You're speaking to yourself. You're telling yourself, I'm going to do this thing. I'm tired living like this. The situation has to change. Right? So that is the first stage. The second level is the D. D is disclosure. At the disclosure stage, you are now coming to terms with the real figures of your situation. How deep is the hole?
How deep is the hole?
Yes. I realized that people rarely list down the people they owe. We can write down the money we are expecting, how we will spend it, the investments that we have in plan, but we rarely write down the people we owe. I realized through my own experience when I saw the light, and I did a list, that list started to talk to me. I would begin asking myself, you mean it is this serious? You know, I only thought I was indebted to one or two people. You mean it is this big? You mean the value is this big?
Wow.
Now the disclosure process, I always say, write down every institution and everyone you owe, including airtime advance, right? Now when you list down, you begin to see the pictorial form of your situation. You literally want to see the whole.
This is the reality.
This is now the reality. Forget about what I was thinking. This is the real thing. If you went through the acceptance process well, this one will communicate to you, but not to make you give up, but to make you get more determination to confront the situation and get an answer to it. If you hadn't accepted very well, you can also give up at this stage.
Oh,
yes.
You can get overwhelmed.
Yes, you look at the situation like, this one,
I'm sunk.
I'm done. I'm done. It's a very critical stage because you can't move if you don't know how deep the thing is.
Yes.
That is stage 2. Now, stage 3 is where now you will spend time. Stage 3 is what I call the strategic stage, the S now. The strategic stage. This is now where you ask yourself, so how? How now do I get out?
Yes.
I have accepted I am in trouble. Now, at the S stage, we do not have a one-size-fits-all kind of solution.
Yeah.
Because different people will have different situations. The first thing you need to do is to reach out to your lenders and tell them, look, I've been living a lie.
What?
Yes. I've been living a lie. Truth is, if you continue levying interest at that rate, I may not be able to ever pay you.
Wow.
Can we get to an arrangement where, based on what I have paid in the past, just allow me to give me a figure that I begin to reduce going forward? The second thing you can do as you are reaching out to them is to also renegotiate the terms of your debts.
That's something many of us don't think of doing.
Yes.
We don't think we have the relational capital anymore to come in and negotiate.
But you begin to see how powerful that thing is when you reach out. Because when you don't reach out, the guys are also angry on their end. They are looking at you like this guy. They see you post a simple photo on Facebook. They're like, this guy is living this way.
Anakula raha na yuko na pesa yangu.
Na kuna pesa yangu. It becomes a serious thing.
Yeah.
But when you reach out to them, you are now freer. You can actually meet them on the street and talk about politics without anyone feeling uneasy about whatever is happening between the two of you. Now, another strategy you can use is reviewing your expenditure. A shake-up of your budget. You need to track your expenditure to know the leakages, the holes that are leaking your boat. Sometimes you will discover there are certain things in your budget that you don't need. I did this exercise with another lady and we discovered in a month, after 30 days, she discovered she used to spend 25K on coffee every month.
Coffee? Kahawa?
Yes, kahawa.
25K.
The casual thing, evening after work, with a friend, as we wait for traffic to calm down, 25K. Another thing you can do, if you have items in your house that are playing duplicated roles, or some of them are just cluttering your house, you could put them on OLX. Get a few shillings and pay off your mobile loans.
That's a good idea.
That's a
good idea.
All right? So that is also something you can do. Another thing you need to do is sometimes to also bite the bullet and make serious decisions. Sometimes you get to a level you realize you are living a lie.
Yes.
The class where you had gotten yourself to is not where you ought to be. You need to be sober enough to get to a level where you can decide a few things need to change. Because sometimes we are too proud to begin this process because we can't allow ourselves to come back for us to start building
again.
Yes. You can also do debt substitution.
What is that?
If you have an expensive debt, someone is charging you 20%. Tomorrow you get another guy who can lend you money at 5%. You can buy off this guy. And you reduce 15%.
So you borrow from the 5%.
You borrow from the 5%.
You pay the 20.
You pay off the 20% guy.
So you owe.
Then going forward, you have reduced your interest from 20 to 5. You know, in this phase, when you are coming out of the trap of debt, anything that saves you a coin or gives you a coin makes a lot of sense, right? Another thing that you can do, which is very important, you need to start looking for more income.
Oh, yes.
You need to look for more income. Because if your income has remained static and you've gotten where you are with your current income, chances are high you begin to see impossibility in this process.
Yes.
Because you're looking at your salary and the way it is tiny Once it pays rent and buys food or pays interest for the people you owe, it is done.
It's done. There's nothing left.
So you also need to start looking for income, other sources
of income. Yes.
Other streams. So that's a sure one.
Yes.
It helps you in two ways. One, it reduces your chances of going back into borrowing. And two, it helps to catalyze the process of coming out.
No, on the whole mobile app.
Yes.
Loans. I remember sitting down with a friend of mine, and he was telling me what you need to do, which worked for me.
Yes.
Told me right now you have a debt of 50K. Okay, fine. Next month, don't borrow 50, borrow 45.
Yes.
The other month, borrow 40. The other month, learn to squeeze. And one day I woke up and I didn't owe, and I've never borrowed.
Yes. You see, the power of reduction borrowing is that your mind is coming down with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
From 50, as you take 45, your mind is used to 45. Then it will come to 40. By the time you hit 0, the dependence on the loan is also gone.
It's gone.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you pay once, if you haven't treated your mind, the next time you're in trouble, you go back
there.
I did the same thing some years back with the mobile thing.
Yes.
I used to come down by 200 shillings. It took me a long time.
But
one day I got to 0.
Yeah.
And now I can sit with my phone. It gives me the limit. I look at it, I smile and say, it's okay. I know I have power.
Yes.
As I walk, I know I have power. Just in case of anything, right?
Yeah.
But I pray I don't get to that just in case. Unless it is something that makes business sense.
Yes.
Because there are people I have also met who are using it in a manner that makes business sense. They're making money out of it, coming back to pay, and they continue. Wow. It's not the lender's responsibility to police how you use their money.
No.
It is your responsibility, my responsibility. So when you borrow, you don't blame the lender. When you get trapped, it is not about the lender. It's you, because someone else is also making good use of that money. Is growing themselves. So those are some of the things you can do. But lastly then, the A. The A is action. You see, at the strategic stage, you are deciding which strategy do I use. I will approach my lender. I will do this and that. I will tone down. I will change residence. You must then seal the deal by taking action.
Yes.
Yeah? It is only through action that we can confirm you had good intentions. Not just talking, not just thinking.
Yes.
So you have to seal the thing with action. So that is the ADSA. 4-stage approach, which I took myself through during those days of mine. Story for another day.
Next time on Clean Money Wednesday.
Yes, one day we have to share that story, and also
I will come with that trophy of mine, and then we will see.
Yes, and also we have to talk about how you can use debt strategically.
Yes.
Because like you said last week, it's neither good nor bad. It just depends on what you do.
What you do with it. Yes.
Yeah, so we'll have you back to talk to us about that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you too for having me.
I hope that has helped you. I hope if you are in debt, you've gotten some information that will help you begin to navigate your way out of it. Start today. No matter how small it may seem, start today to get to the other side. Tell somebody about the podcast, have them come on board and be a part of this community. A special shout out to Umeme Solar, Rooftop Solar Simplified. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Tuonane on the next one. Let's see what we'll talk about. Thank you.
So people know what to do with money. But now, either there's too much, that you don't have time to plan, and that takes me to a point whereby, have you ever realized that when people are broke, that's a time where they have nice plans?
Oh yeah, when you're broke, you have time to think and
yes, plan. And plans actually queue, like they're picking Huduma number, You have plans lined up, your pesa kikuja, like that. So that when the money comes, there are too many distractions. Yeah. People are running helter-skelter. They've not learned how to prioritize. And that's where you'll find, if you can be able to start from the basic, know your money personality, know where you are financially, understand why you're where you are, and then over time, make plans
on where they want
to go.
This is Clean Money TV.